and welcome students. In this module, we will learn about the factors affecting atmospheric pressure or air pressure. So let's begin. So the first factor is temperature. So let's learn how temperature is related to atmospheric pressure. So here we can see there is an inverse or opposite relationship between surface pressure and temperature. This means on the surface of the earth anywhere, if the temperature is low, this means air will be cold and will exert more pressure. So low temperature will result in high pressure. This means that wherever the temperature will increase, the pressure will decrease. Means high temperature will result in low pressure. Why? Because when the temperature will increase, air will become light, it will expand and it will rise up. So as the air will become light, the pressure will reduce. So this is how temperature and atmospheric pressure, they have an inverse or opposite relationship on the surface of the earth. Students, it's very important to understand that we are talking about the surface, that is on the horizontal surface of the earth. Now when the temperature is high, air expand and become less dense and light. So warm air exert less pressure. So this situation which I had explained here, this is explained in this point. So students, I hope you have understood the first factor, that is how temperature is related to atmospheric pressure and how they affect each other. Let's move to the next factor. Before that, let's look at the picture. You can see because of the earth's gravity, the air is pulled towards the surface of the earth. This is the surface of the earth. So the air is pulled. You can see the lines are very close near the surface. This means the air is very dense. So here the pressure is maximum near the surface of the earth. And as we move up with height, you can see the air molecules are becoming less denser. So here the pressure, there will be low pressure. So with increase in height, temperature will reduce. Increase in height, temperature will be less and pressure will also be less because the air is less denser. So students, on the surface of the earth, temperature and pressure, they have a different relationship. But as we move up with height, then temperature and pressure both reduce because of less dense air. Now we'll learn this in detail when we learn the relationship between altitude and atmospheric pressure. Before that, let's learn little more about temperature and atmospheric pressure. When temperature fall, cold air which is denser exert more pressure. I have explained this, children. When the air is cold, means temperature will be low. Then it will exert more pressure. So pressure will be high. And this is about the surface of the earth. As we have already discussed, they are inversely proportional, related. If we learn more, we will see that this is the reason for having low pressure in the equatorial region and high pressure belts in the polar region. Let's look at one of the diagram. You can see, students, air is warm near the equator. So warm air will rise up. You can see the warm air is rising up and moving towards the pole. Poles are cold. So it is dense and that's why it will sink here. And then again it will take place of the warm equatorial air and then again it will rise towards the pole. So this is how, because of high temperature at the pole, air expands and rises up. So the pressure, atmospheric pressure is low. But at the poles, polar region, the temperature is the temperature is low. Therefore, the pressure will be high. So this is how they are related. Now students, the second factor is altitude. How altitude is related to atmospheric pressure. I have already explained you in the previous topic only. Let's discuss once again. So atmospheric pressure decreases with increase in altitude. Children, if this is a mountain, as we move up, temperature will be low, will reduce. And also the atmospheric pressure will be low, because as we move up with increase in height, the air become less dense, and therefore less dense air exert less pressure. And as the air is less dense, the temperature is also less, because temperature is the degree of hotness and coldness of the air. So if the air is less, definitely the temperature will also reduce with height. So this is how altitude and atmospheric pressure, they are related. We can see this diagram. You can see, students, as we move up with altitude, low pressure, low density, and wherever there is a high pressure means the temperature is low, the density of air will be high and it will exert more pressure. So high density of air will exert more pressure. So students, we can say that here altitude and density both are related with the temperature and they affect each other. This is another diagram. You can see with the increase in height, the air has become less dense, so the air pressure has become low. Whereas with decreasing height, the air is denser comparatively, so the pressure is high. So this is how altitude and atmospheric pressure, they are related. Now students, the third factor is the rotation of the earth. This also affects the atmospheric pressure. How? Let us learn. Rotation of the earth causes bulk of air to swing from poles towards the equator. Students, if we look at the diagram, as we discussed, due to the high temperature, the air will move towards the pole, and towards the pole lot of air will be collected. That is, a bulk of air will accumulate towards the pole, and here we experience high atmospheric pressure. So due to the rotation of the earth, bulk of air is collected near the polar region and it results in high pressure. Polar region have high pressure belts due to extremely cold condition. The air sinking down at the polar region expands and it reduces the pressure. So where the pressure is low, low pressure belts are formed at 60 degree north and 60 degree south. Students, just let's see one more diagram. This will make it clear. Air will rise up from the equatorial region because temperature is very high temperature, and it will sink in the polar region. And polar region, their temperature is very low. But near 60 degree north and 60 degree south, here the air will again expand in both, and it will move in both the direction. You can see the air will expand and will move out. This is because of the rotation of the earth. So here we can say that near 60 degree north and south, the rotation of the earth has led to the formation of low pressure belts. So here the low pressure belts are due to the rotation of the earth. So this is how the rotation of the earth and the atmospheric pressure, they are related. Now the next factor affecting atmospheric pressure is water vapor. Now students, air has a lot of several gases because it's a mixture of gases. It has nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon and other several gases like hydrogen, helium, etc. And they are in various proportions. The air with water vapor or humid air is lighter than dry air. Now students, air with water vapor means H2O, that is water vapor. It is lighter. Why? Because water vapor is lighter than nitrogen and oxygen. So the dry air which contain nitrogen and oxygen, it is displaced, it is removed by the water vapor with equal volume of dry air, thus making the air lighter. So here, how the water vapor affect air pressure is that the air which is humid means moist air. Moist air has water vapor, whereas dry air does not have water vapor, it has more of oxygen and nitrogen. So here I mean to say that water vapor is lighter than nitrogen and oxygen. Therefore, moist air is lighter than dry air. Dry air is heavier than moist air. So this is how water vapor and atmospheric pressure, they are related, because moist air will exert less pressure compared to dry air. So students, we can see in this diagram, I have put this diagram so that we can just recall the composition of the air, atmosphere. The major gases are nitrogen, oxygen, then argon, and other gases, they contain carbon, helium, hydrogen, and so on. So students, that's all in this module. Thank you very much.